best feeling in the world is to be with someone who desires you as much as you desire them. Someone who easily accepts your flaws, willingly compromises, makes sacrifices. Someone who will fight for something that can be everlasting even after death. Something untouchable, yet breakable. Something that cannot be seen, yet felt. That something is called true love. And I am here to distribute that medicine to those who desire it. Who am I? I am DJ Storm, the matchmaker. Yes, as you can see, this is it. This is the original content I've been telling you guys about. Yes, people, just stay tuned. In the title, as you can see, this is a matchmaking, and of course, I'm DJ Storm, your matchmaker. Alright, so take it in and see what's going on. Alright? Alright, people, as you can see, it's gonna be a storm around here. Woo! Alright, alright guys, how you guys feeling thus far? Before we jump into everything, do not introduce yourself, but tell me how you're feeling. If you're nervous, if you're, let's go. Tell me how you're feeling.
I feel good. Okay. I feel really good.
Alright. I am excited. That's pretty much it.
Okay. I don't know, me are the greatest and I'm ready.
Alright.
Up and ready.
I feel great. Then it would be great. Oh, great! Alright, so over to the males. How are you guys feeling today?
I feel ready.
Ready? Alright.
Rough one, Joe. I feel alright, Yeah.
Feel great. Yeah, look excited.
Alright, so before we jump into the excitement,
I still have to give you, a little more excitement because this couldn't have been possible without my proud sponsors. And good evening, everyone. I'm glad for having you guys here. Thank you for participating. Alright, so I'm gonna shout out my proud sponsors. I really have one on spot right now. And she's Miss Stacy and Young. Woo! Woo! Come on, I want to hear. Yes, she's here with some exciting stuff for you guys, some goodies and some, things for you to get in shape. Stacy and Young is a unique health and wellness coach that operates a nutrition and fitness club called Stoplight Nutrition. If you're interested in getting in shape, stay in shape and show off your shape the natural way, do feel free to visit Stoplight Nutrition at 2 Mountain View Avenue, Kingston 2. It's an easy to find location, hence the name Stoplight Nutrition. So once you pull up at Mountain View Stoplight, you're basically there. In addition, Stacy and Young serves up the most finest, healthy and nutritious protein shakes, fruit smoothies and more. So give her a round of applause, please. Wow. Yes, and there's also a fitness camp, hence my lovely shape, yeah, right there. So she also operates a fitness camp where she assists individuals with their physical activities. She also exercises with her clients, and nothing beats a coach that actually practices what she teaches. Her motto, Stoplight Nutrition, where we are more than serving smoothies. 80% nutrition and 20% fitness. Okay, alright. And later on, you guys will sample our products, alright? So our next unique sponsor is Corna Spa, who will be sponsoring the most outstanding couple or top 2 candidates that has been participating effectively, a full body massage or a facial. Corna Spa has been in business for over 8 years. Corna Spa provides services such as hair removal, otherwise known as waxing. They professionally execute brow wax, chin wax, underarm wax, leg wax, every part of your body that has hair, they will get there. And surprisingly, they also execute Brazilian waxing. Yes, wow, you heard me. Corna Spa provides other services such as facials and a variety of massages like Swedish massage, hot stone massage, bamboo infusion massage, and aromatherapy. I must say, Corna Spa is where you need to get all those done, and I'm talking from my mom's experience. And trust me, when I say Corna Spa hit the spots right away. Alright, so the face you're looking at right there is the face of our next sponsor for our series, DJ Star the Matchmaker. She's Slade_ by JJ at 876, and she will be sponsoring the most outstanding female and official hairdo. Slade_ by JJ at 876 is a certified hair specialist. She has been in business for a whopping 10 years. She specializes in butterfly locks, sew in, glue in, lashes, and what lace. So when y'all see, DJ wig them stay down there, yeah, like Spice and Shaggy them song, yeah, you don't know, see, she slayed it up, right? Yes, people. Her finishing touch are remarkable, and there is no hairstyle that she can't do. She does everything. Slade_ by JJ at 876 Salon can be located at 10A Deanaey Road inside the hardware, right at the bridge. What are you waiting on? You should already be there at that location. Alright, so last but not least, Fabian_the_barber is also one of our proud sponsors. He is an official barber who produce these neat haircuts. His prices are affordable, and after a trim, you'll see the man in you. Fabian_the_barber will be sponsoring the most outstanding male and official haircut. If you're interested in getting your haircut, do feel free to send him a message on Instagram. So let's get straight into it. So at this point, I'm going to ask each candidate some questions, some scenarios, and we're going to see how best they can answer it, right? And based on their understanding and based on the way they do answer the question, we'll basically see the type of individual they somewhat are, if you get what I'm saying, right? But this doesn't necessarily mean that they are exactly like that. You have different persons, different types of views, right? This visual separates males from the females. They are not seeing each other, but they are hearing each other. Right? So let us get to know them. Scenario 1. Listen keenly. So just remember, based on how they reply, you do a tick if you think you agree with them, a X if you don't like them. If them answers sound crappy. Alright? Or scrappy, if you get what I'm saying. So, general scenario. Scenario number 1. A couple decided to commit suicide. Remember, this is a general question. I will indeed repeat for the females, right? So a couple decided to commit suicide after a rough life. They decided to jump off a building. Please, guys, do not commit suicide, okay? I'm just, here's a scenario. So when they got to the top, they both counted to 3. The woman jumped. The man stayed. He watched her drop for 8 seconds, then saw that she pulled out a parachute. Who betrayed who? Let me repeat. Let me repeat quick and fast, fast and quick. A couple decided to commit suicide after a rough life. They decided to jump off a building. When they got to the top, they both counted to 3. The woman jumped, but the man stayed. He watched her drop for 8 seconds, then saw that she pulled out a parachute. So people, in the comment section, tell me who you think betrayed who. Alright, so let us start with candidate number 1.
I would say that the woman betrayed the man because, I mean, you can't hide a parachute. There's a whole backpack that on your back. So I mean, if you stop, was it kind of cold? Yeah, but I'm not wrong. I mean, most of the parachute there, I know, say someone up. You couldn't even tell us a parachute at first. You must say, well, she got a big bag up on her back and I jump where I jump off. She don't need it.
Oh, so if you agree with candidate number 1, you can give him a tick. If not, give him an X. Candidate number 2 over the male section.
Alright, first of all, that is a dark question to start with. But I agree with contestant number 1. But I would say the view I was looking at it is that, you know, they both betrayed each other because when they were supposed to jump off, the man did jump, saying that, you know, he never in it, and then the female jumped off knowing that she would have saved herself. So I would have said they both betrayed each other.
Okay, candidate number 3.
Well, I strongly agree with both contestants.
Yes.
Reason being, first, as a contestant number 1 said, you must see the parachute. And secondly, the man as well. Now both decides said, yo, I just hit this. Anybody jump, who stays still.
Okay, alright. Contest candidate number 4.
Alright, the 3 of them explained it already, so I would say both of them betray each other.
Okay, no problem. Alright. And remember guys, tick or X if you agree with the person or disagree, alright? So a couple decided to commit suicide after a rough life. They decided to jump off a building. When they got to the top, they both counted to 3. The woman jumped, but the man stayed. He watched her drop for 8 seconds, then saw that she pulled out a parachute. Who betrayed who? Candidates number 1.
Okay, so I think the woman betrayed the man because it could have been any reason why he hesitated. I think that he just hesitated. I mean, you're going to kill yourself, right? And it might have been a situation where maybe he was having second thoughts, but the reality is that she was prepared, right? She had a level of preparation outside of the man. The man literally could have just been last minute and said, maybe I really don't want to die, versus the female now that said, here what, want him dead, you know, so let's jump together and let me save myself. So yeah.
Okay. Candidate number 2 over the female section, what do you think?
Okay, so practically, like candidate number 1 said, it was premeditated with the whole parachute thing. Like, she got up that morning, she put on her parachute, she knew she was going to save herself. However, it can be a situation where she thought that he was going to chicken out, so just in case, she did, you know, put it on for see if him did a go jump, and then remember say him stand up for 8 seconds, so she obviously realized him never jumped too. So I'm just gonna say that, you know, the female betrayed him first, but at the end of the day, both of them have problems they need to sort out.
Okay, alright. Candidate number 3 over the female section.
Alright, for me say both. The 2 of them are 2 cheaters. Because him knows him never did a go jump, and she make sure so she prepare herself. That's why them say save herself from jump. So that's what she do. Try to save herself from jump. Because knows him never did a jump, and him make she jump. Yeah. So him cheat and she cheat. So a 50-50 that for me. So both of them cheat. And him know him never did a go jump. So it's a 50-50 for me.
Alright, so basically I loving the way you guys answer the question. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to a next general, not scenario, but a question for both males and females. So what is your expectations of a good relationship? And I'm gonna start with females at this point. Candidate number 1.
Okay, that's a very good question. For me, what's really important is communication. Literally, communication makes or breaks relationships. And once both parties are in alignment and they know, you know what he wants and she knows what what basically each person wants, I feel like that's a great foundation of a good relationship. So for me, it's communication.
Okay. Candidate number 2.
Okay, so for me, a good relationship, definitely I'm going to say knowing each other's love language. So for him, it might be, physical affection, acts of service, and then for her, it might be whatever. And it really just comes down to, a lot of people, when it comes down to like communication, a lot of people don't like speaking, but you need to know your partner even when they're silent. You get me? So it's just really learning them, learn what makes them tick, what makes them feel good, etc. And yeah, just learn.
Okay. Candidate number 3.
Alright, for me, I have them long talk in my mouth. You understand? For me, trust and love. Me, love to be loved. And trust, if I tell you something, I did so, and there's somebody enough about a boy up here that I say 40 words. You see me, I say. Yeah. So it's all about trust, love, and I love to be loved.
Amen,
yeah.
Amen. Alright, at this point I'm gonna repeat the question for the male's sake. So what is your expectations of a good or an ideal relationship? Starting with candidate number 1.
For me, it would be communication, respect, and reliability. Because, as I say, communication builds relations, and it is something that is key in any relationship. Respect, I mean, if you're with someone, you can be with someone, but you don't respect them, right? And I think when you respect your partner, it shows that you genuinely care about them and that you admire them as well. And when I say reliability, what I mean is, I can trust you to have my back if things get messy. Because, it's not all the time life will be smooth sailing. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, candidate number 2.
Alright, so for me, bearing in mind that there is no such thing as a perfect relationship, and any relationship that is said to be quote unquote perfect, something did it, right? Two of the most important things, it was said that, communication, because if you're with someone and there is no communication, then something is wrong. The next thing is a common understanding between both persons about both persons, right? Understanding, one of the most wanted things by most persons is just to have someone that understands them, who can really relate to what they're going through or something they've experienced or something that's happening to them. And if you find that this person is just not getting you, then that's something that's just going to slowly but surely push you away from them.
Candidate number 3.
For me, well, you have to appreciate the person and being there for them, not only in good time but bad times as well. Being there, ensuring that the person is okay, communication as well. That's it for me.
Candidate number 4.
Alright, I'm not really a long talker, so mainly communication, respect, trust, so quality time is a must.
Yeah. Nice. Alright. Give you guys a round of applause. Alright, so for YouTube's sake and for my viewers' sake, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna use some keywords, but obviously you guys are gonna know what I mean, right? So I'm just gonna tell you as it is. Alright, so this is a general scenario also for both males and females. So listen to the scenario. You went overseas to make your life better by working an effective job for you and your partner to live an happy, healthy, and peaceful life. So you guys been having a long distance relationship for 3 months due to working overseas, right? Due to you working overseas. So you basically came back to Jamaica just to give your partner a surprise. However, he gave you a surprise. So just like Shaggy's song titled, It Wasn't Me, you saw them banging on the bathroom door. What would you do?
So I'm gonna start with contestant number 1 over the male section.
Alright, first of all, you're wicked. So with that, well, I can understand say everybody has needs, but of course I would still be upset. But I would think I would be rational, and instead of yo, I go for my gun, I go for my cutlass, no. I would say, alright, we'll go on, take your things and leave. It's clear that I'm not respected, even though I try to provide a better life for both you and me. So just take for yourself.
Okay. Candidate number 2.
Yo, that one is tough. Now like, I really have to think about that one here. Man, I'm like, yo, that what that action number now? You got fired for go make the bread and come and find what's somebody else like yeah bread? No, brother, that one the wicked. Alright, so what I would have been in shock. Like it would have taken me a good while for like process of what go on. Of course I would understand that yes, the person has needs, and you know, I would just try to find out like what happened, because if we were in communication, you know, we have known that, you know, soon come back, I'm doing something for us, not for myself. And but at the end of the day, I'm not saying I would just get up and leave, but I would need some time to think. Like I would just need some time away.
All right, candidate number 3.
Me definitely need some time to think about that, because yo, it actually depends on how you feel about the person too. So if you really appreciate the person for who them is and you can book up on that, well, your heart have to strong. But at the same time, life goes on, and it makes sense. You go, boy, you were killed, stop this and that. Life goes on. If it was meant to be, it would have been. You see me? So life goes on. So you have to just do what you have to do. At the same time, you can't bash her because of somebody you did like or did know. So you can hear fair side of the story as well. And if you feel like say, you can give her a second chance. It's up to you.
Candidate number 4.
Yeah, it's a tough one that still. But what may I say still? You can't say you don't do this or do that, but you have to in the situation. But me, I don't really do confrontation, so I'm going to go for a drive out for a while or something still. Clear me.
Alright. Alright, so you went overseas to make your life better for you and your partner. You guys been having a long distance relationship for 3 months. You came back to Jamaica just to give your partner a surprise. However, your partner gave you a surprise. So just like Shaggy's song titled It Wasn't Me, you saw them banging on the bathroom door. What would you do? Contestant number 1.
Okay, so firstly, I don't understand. There is no understanding whatsoever as to why you would do that to me, all right? And I truly believe that when you love someone and you make a decision to, hey, it's me and you against the world, that loyalty, even if there's temptation out there, you wouldn't even premeditate that. That wouldn't happen. That's what I strongly believe. Unless she literally held you down, right, and she forced you into it, which normally that doesn't happen. So for me, it's a no-no. What I would personally do, honestly, is I would turn around. I wouldn't even say anything. I would walk away and he would never see my face again. Okay.
Candidate number 2.
Okay, for me, firstly, I love how understanding the males are. Personally, no, it's not going to happen. I will not understand. I'm never going to understand. I don't understand that people have needs because it's not that serious and it's not that good. right? So if I'm abroad minding a man, if I'm abroad minding a man, right, and I come down to surprise him, and I see that, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know that, listen, I'm not going to stay, and I'm not a take back person, but me that take back my things them. Everything I use my money and buy, I want it back. The door, the money when I use and build the door, I want the door. I want him out of my life, I want him gone. Yeah, that's it.
Candidate number 3.
Alright. Everybody deserve a chance. But them have a saying we say anything you can do, guess what? I can do it better. That no mean say never take another man, but you have to pay dearly. If first thing I him invite her in the house. So me not gonna argue with him, I give her 2 slap and tell her leave. Then me deal with him. And if I go come extra to deal with me. 3 months and I know if you couldn't wait.
Yeah.
3 months. If you did like 1-2 year IRA, I don't have no problem. But me, the problem with me have in the house. If I did outside, I wouldn't have problem. Some would have flag him.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Flag him. Yeah. But as me say, everybody deserve a chance.
Alright, so this is the last general scenario. No, this is the last general question. So if your partner forgets about your birthday and you guys' anniversary, do you believe that, you know, you should give him a second chance if he claims that it's because, you know, he's been working hard and, you know, the hectic work? So I'm going to start with the females. Alright, so candidates number 1.
Okay, so for that, I would understand because I have a bad memory when it comes to birthdays. However, what I would prompt him or help him to do and understand is that, hey, listen, if there's something that you're not good at, like remembering birthdays and anniversaries, set an alarm in your phone, write it down, right? Have it in your journal, something, so that I don't feel forgotten. And that, as I said, that's where communication comes in, because you really have situations where people fall short. Nobody's perfect. So if they fall short in just not remembering, I understand, but just don't let it be a regular occurrence, and let me see that you're trying to actually remember next time.
Candidate number 2.
Okay, I'd probably forget too. So, my birthday, I'd understand, but I don't know. It's kind of like, it's my birthday. We've been together for years. How you forget my birthday? Like, anniversary is okay. But to be honest, I would tell him, you know, okay, write it down next time, or set an alarm, or I just make it be a thing where I just remind him like a month before and say, hey, remember our anniversary. And next thing is, just because you forget don't mean say I'm not forget nothing. So like, now that you remember, I'm gonna remind you, you go out and you're gonna get the gift or you're gonna plan something.
Yeah. Candidate number 3.
Oh, you must forget my birthday. Eh? Oh, you must forget the 5th of the 5th. You was a madman. Eh? I forget my anniversary. You're crazy. Me love present and money. So how you forget that? Your present? Me love them something there. Bad. So if you ever forget that, remember, me never bother talk the rest. And if you forget my anniversary, something wrong right there. So if you forget my anniversary, or you forget anniversary and our wedding. You're mad? I'm a birthday. Here.
Alright, candidate number 1 over the male section.
Alright, birthdays, anniversaries, you know, both are important dates. And if I'm with someone and they forget those dates, you know, it would just, I would just feel a little bit away about it, but not that much. Because here's the thing, we get older every day. And you know, as life goes on, it would just be great to know that I have lived this long, and I'm glad to spend it with someone day after day because they will make, you know, everyday worth living.
Candidate number 2.
Alright, so birthdays and anniversaries, it was said they're both important days. I don't remember the birthdays of everyone that I know. So I'm not too, when it comes on to dates, I remember dates that are more important, right? So where I would have the problem is that, alright, if it's not, if it reoccurs that you keep forgetting the dates, then yeah, but I'm not going to be rational about it, like, no. If you forget the days, alright, but see that I try to remember, so you know, you can do something tough, you know? But I'm not going to be irrational about it, like, do something drastic about it, but dates are important.
Candidate number 3.
Well, for the birthday, the first year, it would have so bad her too. Because of the first year, probably you can slip up. But for a couple of other years after, no, that's a no-no. You see me? Anniversary, you never forget that none at all, a special day, that at the day when either you or him propose to one another and they decide to say, yo, we ain't ever spend the rest of our life together. So there's no way you forget that day there when it happens, isn't it? Because and the day that when you put everything behind you and see you have to settle down and start something fresh. Alright, so we can see the birthday for the first year, but the anniversary, none at all.
Candidate number 4.
Alright. I agree with number 3 contestant. If you forget the first year, that's alright. Anniversary, you're not supposed to forget that. Phone reminder make everything easy, so you get the answer. Yeah.
Alright, so this scenario is for the males. Alright, so you're 2 weeks into your marriage. Your ex called you and tell you that she's pregnant with your child. After accompanying her to do a DNA, it reveals that the child is yours. What would you do? 1, well, A, I should say A, hide it from your wife because if she finds out it will break her heart and she might divorce you. B, force your ex to abort the child. C, divorce your wife and marry your ex. D, tell your wife about the situation even though there's a 95% chance that she will divorce you and start dating Kevin, your rival, your enemy that lives across from you. Oh, I mean make up them questions here. See this one must screw. Alright, so males.
Alright, marriage is what they say, it is something sacred. So I mean, if my ex tells me that she's pregnant, I mean it will take me by surprise. But I wouldn't tell her, say, oh, you have to get rid of that or something. I would tell my significant other because must be a reason why I married her. And, you know, even though I know it would devastate and hurt her, she must understand.
Alright. Candidate number 2.
Alright, so first of all, I want to know why Kevin. That name they just, I don't know. When we hear Kevin, it just sounds like him. Anyways, so if I found out that my ex is pregnant, I would not tell her the same. I'm not going to tell her to abort the child. I'm not going to divorce my wife. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell her right away, like, as I find out. Honestly, I would try to find the best time to tell her because I'm something which I go, you know, just take it lightly. So I would try to figure out when would be best, but I would try not to keep it for too long because if you try to hide something like that, it's going to come back up sooner or later because it's a child. It's not something you can just sweep under the rug and say, you know, come here next day.
Alright, so wait. Candidate number 1. So is it A, B, C, or D? Hide it from your wife? You said no, right? You tell her. So is it B, force your ex to abort the baby? No. C, divorce your wife and marry your ex? So you choose D. You tell your wife about the situation. And that's the same choice for you, candidate number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So candidate number 3. Which choice? And why?
When I tell my wife, first.
So wait, so you're about to Kevin, you know. She's going to Kevin. So.
Well, that's her choice because at the end of the day, you go trouble your ex. You see me? And if the baby turn up to be yours, but now I'm going to tell her to dash her the baby. But still, if I'm married to that girl, she's supposed to know that something happened and just know that she deserves the truth, and whatever route or whatever restriction she take about that, that's her choice, and I can't go beat up myself for that because I mean got trouble with my ex and get her pregnant. So would I tell her and find some way for reason it out with her.
Before she reaches the Kevin?
Yeah, before. Because it must be a reason why I married her and things. It's all up to she after I tell her.
Alright. Candidate number 4.
Alright, when I said D without the threat of Kevin, well, I want to investigate first. So they just take our word for it. And then you find out, say, really so, you find out the right time to tell wife because if you not tell her, somebody else is going to tell her, and that's worse away then.
Alright.
Kevin, you always did that weird, brother. They are weird for the sleep. I probably have Kevin set it up.
Alright, so this question is for the female. They say that Mommy, I didn't came up with this question here. Alright, so they say that the larger the male's feet, the larger his package. Do you agree? And does a man's package size matters to you? Candidate number 1.
Okay, so honestly, I don't even know if that's real, the whole feet thing. I don't know if that's real. So I wouldn't like be watching the size of him shoes or nothing like that. But if it matters, I mean, not really. I mean, they need to be able to like work with what they have. I'd say work with what you have, and if you can work with what you have well, then you should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Candidate number 2.
Thank you for this chance. No, I don't think it matters at all, to be honest. A lot of people, they have great packages and they can't use it. So I just think it's just the person and what they can do and how they make you feel. So that's it. I don't think it matters.
Short.
Take it easy with it. Go on.
Candidate number 3.
Short and spicy is not the size of the gun, it's the effect from the bullet.
Okay.
You understand? It's not the size of the gun, it's the effect from the bullet. For me, size doesn't really matter. Angle the ride.
Alright, so this is another scenario for the males. So you went to your girlfriend's family reunion. Her family members kept insulting you, comparing you with her ex. They kept blabbering about how successful her ex was and how handsome he was. They made it obvious that they preferred her ex. They even asked her in your presence that when she and her ex will be back together, what would you do in that situation? Candidate number 1.
Alright, so first of all, I would let them know in a respectful manner that, you know, I am not her ex, nor will I ever be. I am here now, and I might be here forever. They'll have to deal with that, right? I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but I'm going to let them know that I'm not going to stand for this disrespect in my face, because I have something called self-respect.
Okay, candidate number 2.
Alright, so first of all, if her ex was so successful, why would he be there and not here with her, right? And the point of me not being her ex is because I'm not supposed to be like him. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So if they keep on saying, you know, they're not the one with her, I mean, they're not go through what she go through. So them can't say, oh, we prefer him because then oh no work with them then. I mean, that's the best case scenario, but the point is I'm not like him, and that's the good thing, because if he's so successful, he wouldn't be where he is, which is not with her.
Candidate number 3.
Well, to me, them alright. The more compare them. At the end of the day, it's for me, they should have. You see me? And if he was so successful and great, then he would have been here instead of me. Hence, he's not. So that means there's a flaw. He's not hard that perfect. And it no matter the type of job or way you usually do, is what you can do for her and how you can be there for her. So it doesn't really matter if he was that big bad whosoever he was. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is she's here and she's with me. So to do what I am doing.
Candidate number 4.
Alright, I agree with the three contestants. All I'm saying now, if he was doing everything where I'm supposed to, he would be the ex. So they have to just work with me, because I do everything I'm supposed to do, that's why I'm at the present. Simple.
Nah, for Destiny's future.
Yeah.
So you just had an argument with your boyfriend about buying lunch for his female friends every Friday afternoon. He claimed that it is not a big deal, but to you it is. So you went to the park, sadly sitting, right? And suddenly a decent looking guy approached you. He claimed he noticed that you were depressed and he wanted to make your day better. He then offered to buy you lunch and claimed that there's no strings attached. What would you do? Would you accept the lunch? Yes, no, why, maybe so? Candidate number 1.
I wouldn't, because if he's buying this female lunch and it's making me sad, I want to hold him to a standard, and then me accepting lunch from someone else that is not my boyfriend or husband or partner, then that's me just doing the same thing. So it's like a two-way street. Why would I go and do something that I don't want him doing with females? That's not right. So yeah, for me, I wouldn't.
Okay. Alright, candidate number 2.
Okay, first off, oh my god. Oh my god, men. Okay, so if I take it, no. Mostly because I'm going to be upset, and when I'm upset, I don't want nobody come to me with no food, especially a stranger. Like, sir, keep it pushing, keep walking, don't stop here. So, but the buying the female the food thing, it always happens, and I'm just like, the money I spend on the girl that every Friday can put grocery in the house. It don't make no sense, but I'm not gonna take the food. I'd want to though.
Okay. Candidate number 3.
No, sir. I'm not going to take no food. Because the way me dark. Not even midnight, not even midnight. And dark like me. But I'm not going to accept the food. You understand? And on the other hand again, problem they could charge it. Because I talk of experience. We all do that. You understand? So, I'm going to say, I know it's not a setup. But I'm not going to accept the food from another one. You understand? It could be like, I don't even know if it's, but I'm not going to accept the food for the next one.
Alright, so I have another scenario for the females. So during a very wet afternoon, your nosy neighbor, Natasha, happens to spot your man's ex in his car. He came home looking like the happiest man alive. Yes. So you confronted him about the situation and he told you that he gave her a ride because it was raining.
No.
How would you feel about the situation and why? Remember, it's a very wet afternoon, so indeed the rain was falling. And I hope that's only rain that was falling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you do? Contestant number 1.
I would ask questions because...
What type of questions? Like what?
Okay, so basically, firstly, I would ask, outside of the rain, what happened? But because, firstly, if I'm in a relationship, I trust you. I trust you completely, and everything is circumstantial. Anything can happen. So if it's raining, most likely it's because of the rain. But the fact that you're so happy and joyful, I want to know why. I want to know, what did y'all talk about? She good. She find a man for herself. What's going on? So yeah, I'll just really ask questions, and based on his answers, I would then make a decision or to come to a conclusion. Yeah, I wouldn't jump to conclusions. That's one thing.
Okay. Candidate number 2.
I am Miss Fraggy. Mega jump. First of all, you see her ex on the road, right? She never know what she did have to do on rainy day when she left the car, man. So she could have find another way. Rain never yet killed nobody. You never have to pick her up. She now put gas in the car. She can figure it out. All of we get wet up with little rain, nothing wrong. So first things first is I gotta ask him if he's the Salvation Army. And when him start give free ride. And what else other than the car she ride. And next thing, no, listen, no, it not gonna fly with me. The ex in the car, rainy day, rain and the cold and you're in the AC and the no, just no. So I'm going to be the one, and I love confronting people. I love talking about it. I don't sit down quiet. So I'm definitely going to be the person who is like, why? And no, it's not going to happen again. Don't make it happen again.
Candidate number 3.
Alright, well, for me, you get a ride, nothing wrong with that. But why is it you come home so happy? Me need an explanation. You understand? For me, nothing wrong with a ride, because what I want a ride to.
Alright, so this is the end of this section. Right, so we reached the point where we finished with the scenarios, we finished with the questions. Now this is your time to ask one question of your choice, and you have 1 minute to blast that out. So think about the question you want to ask. So I'm going to make my sponsor decide whether I should start with the male first or the female. Just belch it out, alright? So 1 minute starting now.
T-minus 1 minute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, sponsor?
For me, it's gonna be started with the males.
Okay, for the males. Alright, girls, you like that, girls? Ladies? Woo!
I am a fashion designer. And, I work with a lot of females on the daily. A lot of international and local models. And, sometimes for convenience and just to save time, I would have them around the house just so they could try the outfits that I made for them. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would it bother you that other women are in the house? Even though I let you know that, listen, this is just for work, I am not in any way, shape or form attracted to them.
He's not highlight a job or anything, not saying he is, he says it's a scenario. Yes. It's a scenario.
Okay, so for me, I wouldn't be bothered because it's your job. I mean, I want to reassure me that it's nothing like romantic or whatever, then I don't have an issue because, it's your money maker. So, yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
Candidate number 2.
I wouldn't be bothered. It's your job, yeah, and that's what you do, so it wouldn't bother me at all.
Not a bother at all. Because it's your job and it's your workplace. It's not at home. And if it is at home, you must have a section where you go and look at stuff like that. So, no bother, no threat.
Alright, so candidate number 2 over the male section. Can we hear your question?
Alright, so my question, I had to think about the question. Alright, so my question, alright, so I lost my job because I was framed for something I didn't do, and because I wasn't taking it, I wasn't going to, you know, yeah, I lost my job, and I'm now trying at different places, but nothing is turning over, right? I try high, I try low, nothing is turning over. Would you ever, like, how would you react to a situation like that?
Alright, so for me, personally, if you lost your job and you're really trying, I just be like, yo, stop looking for a job, let's create a business, let's start a business, let's do this, let's do that. But I'm the type of person, solution oriented, like, it don't even make sense. The reality is that most 95 don't pay well anyways. So let's look at another solution.
Okay, so you lose your job, you're searching for a job, you can't find a job. How would I react? If I am working, then I just tell you to stop looking for a job, and I would just take up the mantle and do what we have to do, and then we try back in like a couple months. Or you start and you make a job. You get me? You make a business, you start what you're good at, and you just pursue your dream, and I'll support you.
Candidate number 3.
Alright, you lost your job, nothing wrong, because that's natural. But probably the work where I do, suppose that's something where you can do by your own. Well, we will be with you. If we say you want, nobody go back to search. We could start, try if we can do something together for yourself. Because at least I will still try looking and sit down like some loggerhead and a robot your middle. They still a try. Understand? So we could make 2 pack over them, knock up them, no?
Yeah. Candidate number 3, what's your question?
Alright, we are out on our anniversary, and an incident of God forbid again, where for you it's not so critical, but for me a critical injury, where therapy is needed and everything. What would you do? It's a long way.
Okay, so for me, I wouldn't leave you or abandon you because you're crippled. I loved you before, I can still love you if you can't walk, or if you have a limp, or whatever the case might be, right? That doesn't change who you are inside as a person. So I wouldn't leave you because of that. However, it has to be, it would have to be a situation where also you want to help yourself. It's not a situation where you totally give up on life, and you know, you just don't want to do anything with your life anymore. All your dreams and aspirations you give up, and then you're taking out your anger because, you know, why this happened to me, why is me alone get this cripple, you know, it becomes toxic. Then I would be rethinking things, because that's not healthy for me. And yes, I love you, but I also have to think about my health as well, my mental health, and how I want to live. Right? So yeah, I mean, if it's a situation where we can both work together and make it happen when it comes to healing and therapy, then I'm all in.
Okay. Candidate number 2.
Okay, so I'm not going to leave because you're crippled, but I'm also not going to stay because you're crippled. So I'm not going to just leave because, you know, you have an injury and it's not the same. However, if it's a situation where down the line you are in this situation and you're just not a good person anymore, or you're not the person for me anymore, I'm not going to pity you and say, oh, but he's crippled and I'm the only person he has, and stay. So I'm gonna leave if I need to, and I'm gonna stay if I need to.
Candidate number 3.
Alright. Well, if you meet in an accident, both of us is in there, and eventually you come out be the crippled one, okay, well, me not gonna leave you. Because it would have come in as if them say, till death do us part. So I will be there for you. And if therapy is something that can help, we will try. But if it can't help, whether or not, it's still there. From the ting-a-ling hour, me good.
Alright, so candidate number 2 would love to ask an extra question. So you guys, what do you say about that?
Sure.
They say sure. Alright, so candidate number 2, what is your extra question?
Alright, so this might not be as intense a question as the first. Does it matter who makes more money between us? Or who has more expenses as it relates to the bills and so on? Does it matter who makes more money or pays more bills?
Okay, so for me, it doesn't matter because eventually bills aren't going to be a problem. So it doesn't matter whether I have more expenses than you do, or if I earn more or you earn more. It really doesn't matter. As long as the expenses are covered, it's fine. It shouldn't matter to me.
It matters. Okay, so I personally believe that if you are earning less and you have more expenses, then the person who earns more should top it up. Or it's really just a thing where if it's 70-30, then it's just 70-30. If it's 50-50, it's 50-50. However, it's not always going to be equal. I do believe as a female, we have more expenses. I'm just putting that out there. But for real, I believe that who earns more, it does matter. How much you earn does matter.
Candidate number 3.
Alright, for me, it no matter who have more or who have less. From the two we combine and things meet and all bills covered, we're good. You understand? Yeah, so for me, it not really matter whether if me have more, you have less, or you have more and me have less. From the bills cover, we're good and we can still maintain things.
Alright, so females, let us hear your questions. Candidate number 1, what is your question?
Okay, so my question is, do you believe that financial stability in the home is important, or do you think that love is all you need?
Alright, so candidate number 1. How would you reply to that question?
Financial stability is important because, you know, love is a very wonderful. As I said, financial stability is important. Even though love is a very wonderful thing, and you know, as I say, if you care enough about the person, you guys can weather any storm. But I strongly believe that, you know, if the finances are in a great condition, then there will be absolutely nothing to worry about.
Alright, so number 2, what's your response to that question?
Alright, so I believe both are important because both of them can heavily affect one's mental and emotional states. Right? We're human beings, and one of our basic needs, you know, having financial stability can give us those basic needs, and you know, love can also do a great number of good for our mental and emotional states. I believe that both of them are important. You know, they go hand in hand, but you know, when love is there, it's easier to handle most things together. So I'm not sure which I would say, you know, is more important than the other, but I can definitely say that, you know, when there is love and when there is, you know, financial stability, things can go better. But there are going to be times when, you know, finances are going to be low, and that's when the love is tested and tried.
Candidate number 3.
I do believe it goes hand in hand, because love cannot pay the bill, but you can be financial active, but love is not there. So problem will be there in the house. So even though the bills are paid, trouble will always be in the house.
Alright people, so this is getting so spicy, so I decide to stand at this point. So, candidate number 2, what is your question?
Do you believe that it is a man's duty to provide for his female's wants and needs?
Okay, alright, so contestant number 1. Oh, that's nice. People, what's going on? Alright, candidate number 1, talk to me now. Let me know what really I want to know. So, how you did reply to this question?
Alright, I would say both yes and no. Because yes, you know, you want your woman looking good, you know, you buy her things, spend money on her. But to tell the truth, you know, makeup, clothes, shoes, all the nice things there. Them something expensive. I don't mind doing it, but I know that it's not all the time I can do it. So, you know, if it's a thing where, you know, I do it and you do it, then as I said, it goes for both parties.
Alright, so I do it, you do it. So basically you're 50-50. You're all about 50-50.
Yeah.
Alright, so candidate number 2, what is your response?
Alright, so is it my responsibility to take care of my woman's needs and wants? I'm going to say, as the first contestant has said, yes and no. Yes, because alright, she's my woman, so yes, I'm going to want to take care of her. Yes, I'm going to want to do this for her. But it's not going to be every time that, you know, I'm going to be able to. So I believe that, you know, you should have a partner that, you know, they'll understand that, hey, they can't do something this time, they can't do something this time, and they'll be willing to, you know, nothing is wrong if a female takes care of your needs from time to time. But yes, it is provoked on us that, you know, the man should provide for the house, the man should do everything, but it's not all the times that the man is going to be able to do that.
Okay. Candidate number 3. Well, you know, I love this. I really love this question. There's something about that question. Anyways, candidate number 3.
Yes, I do, but the female, some of the time can take it into consideration and say, oh, him always do this and him always do this. So, I got to deal with it that time and so babes are not for, so me deal with this, things next time I say, babes I know so I can't manage this, so I wonder if I can put in a one strength and I say, sure, no problem. You see me, so it comes 50-50 as well. Contestant number 1 and 2. So.
I believe it's 50-50 also. Oh, I forgot another part of this. Okay, alright. So, alright. So, candidate number 3 over the female section. What is your question?
Alright. You have your baby mother, but you're not there. She's with the next man. And she have the youth. But eventually, she and the man catch up, and the man fling something off her, and it broke the youth foot. And she run come at the yard for rescue for put up she and the youth. What you would have do?
Question here, no, sir. This question, I feel full of question here. I'm here when like, the girl am killing me with the question them do, man. Them over here sweating the females. Alright, candidate number 1, what's your response?
Alright, so it's not about baby mother. Alright, it's not about baby mother and she live with a new man now and she and a man catch up in a problem. Man fling something broke my youth foot. First and foremost, that is a dead man. No ground enough to take away, the man dead. Second, they take my youth from day one because even if we're not deal, trust me, I'm going to be a part of my child's life. Right? No other man will call my son or daughter daddy. So, right, even this hypothetical now, one, I'm taking my child, you're on your own.
Oh my. So, candidate number 2, what is your response?
Hey, when me hear the question and I'm saying no, brother. Alright, so if I was in that situation, alright. So firstly, being that, you know, I want both persons to be in a safe environment, I would talk it over with my partner, you know, tell them the situation, and then if they've expressed that they're uncomfortable with it, I would try to see if I can make some kind of arrangement. Alright, if they can't stay with us, I would see if I can, you know, get somewhere where they can stay. So they don't have to cross paths with us, but they're still safe, because it is indeed my child, and even though I'm not with the person anymore, that doesn't mean I want their life to be in danger.
Oh. Okay, candidate number 3.
Yeah, I agree with number 2, but my youth safety come first, and that man, I'm in a trouble. And I ask Christ that. You see me? And for the female, not because me and her in a day, or me and her in a dealings, at the same time, she's the mother of my child, so I want she to be alright and safe. And I'm going to do everything for her, but at the same time, if she needs a strength for something, I'm going to do it, because at the end of the day, I'm a baby mother, same way, you see me? So I have to ensure that she's alright, but I'm not going to take up a full responsibility, and I'm going to say, she's fully alright, you see me? Also she there with, you know, to do that part, but if something happen where them kick off and that happen, I'm going to talk to my partner and say, you know, so XYZ happen. If she can't manage that, well, I'm going to get a room or something for them, so them can stay a couple of days till she sort out what she has sort out, and till she up and running back again.
Wow! I love that response. I had was to give. Oh my god. I had it was to scream out. I know I frightened the ladies around here, but I had it was to scream out. I love that. I don't know if you guys love it too. What do you think? You love that response? That response was a mouthful. Right? So, alright, so at this point we're gonna make my nutritionist come and serve the females, and then the males go to the nutritionist, alright? Because I don't want you guys to see each other at this point. And while she's serving, I know she's fit, so she can multitask. Right? I'm going to ask her one few questions about her products, her business, her organization, her fitness camp, and all those stuff, because she's going on with a bag of things. So people remember Stoplight Nutrition. That's 2A. Is it 2A or 2? 2? So it is 2 Mountain View. So once you find Mountain View Stoplight, you're basically there. Trust me, the link and all that information will be in the description, and the same goes for the rest of my sponsors. Alright, so she's coming with the samples on, you know, tell me what you think about it. Take the first sip and I want your expression and everything with it. Alright? Okay, alright. Look at her, please. This is our nutritionist. Hi.
Let me see your face when I draw on your mask.
Yes, beautiful nutrition. Look at the summer body, everything. Oh my god.
She know more than me. Look good. All natural.
All natural, and that's the thing now. Our products are all natural. So people, tell me what you think about this. This is what now, nutritionist? Talk to us about this drink.
Alright, so you're having a loaded iced tea. Much ice in there now, boy. So it's a loaded iced tea. It's loaded with a lot of clean energy, stuff to or herbal tea concentrate that helps to burn any additional fat that you guys have, or if you're slimming up. There are fats in your body that you don't know. I have a specialized scale at the club that even the slimmest of person, you put them on there and you tell them that they have a percentage of body fat, right? So it helps burn the calorie. We call it gym in a bottle. Imagine when you start the gymming, along with it, it provides clean energy. It's caffeine from plant-based. It boosts your body's metabolism. Some persons cannot lose weight or gain weight because their metabolism slows down. It has anti-aging components. Yes, I'm a mother of 6, a grandmother of 1.
Wow,
and
looking great.
5 years ago, I met an amazing company because my doctor ordered me to lose weight. My health was going down after having my 6th child. I got on these products. I lost over 51 whopping pounds, and I'm still working on my body because yes, some persons say me look thick, but I am toned. Working on the big hips and the big bottom and the flat belly.
Yeah. Different from that.
Big up my big hip.
Okay.
Big belly.
Alright, so but let me tell you about the tea that you're having. But first, before me tell you, I want to know how it tastes.
How it tastes.
It doesn't taste like tea. It tastes actually like fruit juice. So it's really good. So it's not like bitter or anything. It's nice, and what even makes it better is that it tastes good.
Okay.
It tastes really good.
Okay.
It definitely doesn't taste bad. It tastes really good. It kind of gives like a pine and ginger fruit punch taste.
Pine and ginger.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's really good.
All right.
Number 1 says it all. The top short and little ice.
All right, this is supposed to be about now.
Alright, we're going here for a while.
Wait, no.
Eat that dog.
But look here, the girls them here, so sip and the man them around us and lick them lip. Oh,
Alright, so
why? Sorry.
Alright, so we spoke about the tea. We have another tea that is inside. It's called the NRG. That's the NRG tea that helps with, it's nature's Ragarana. So it helps with mental clarity. It gives clean energy. If you are studying, if you can't remember things, I heard somebody say something, I forget everything. Yes, it helps with mental clarity. It gives energy, and if you really, what it does, it gives the body what it wants. So if you are really tired and you have it, it's gonna relax you, put you to sleep, and then you're up and go like an Energizer bunny. All right. So another fruit drink that we have is our protein-based beverage mix.
Wait, one second. All right. So you're working with herbal life nutrition, right? And that has to do with plants, right? But when I hear protein, the first thing come to mind is animals. So tell me what's going on.
Right,
Your
so
protein shake, and is it
soybean protein?
A little
So there are
plant,
peas and beans. There are plant-based protein from peas and beans.
Wait, one second. A little secret. Tell me the truth. Not little animal, nothing. Cause me
No,
protein shake.
no.
You know?
This is plant-based, so it is definitely plant-based. From the seed to the feed, or CR7 drive. Anybody know Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yes.
From the seed to the what?
The feed.
Oh, alright.
So Cristiano Ronaldo he takes our nutrition. What they did, they tested it, to see what he was losing, and they made a drink especially to, hydrate him. So it's called the CR7 Drive.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Young. All right. So the meals, to give her less work, you can just head over to the booth. We're also heading over to the booth as well.
So that's my before and after.
When seeking a partner, most individuals tend to first look at the outer appearance and use that appearance to judge an individual's character. But looks can be deceiving, and as such, IDJ Storm decided to use a wall, aka the prison wall, to separate the males from the females during the question, scenarios, and answer section. During that section, after listening to responses coming from the opposite gender, candidates were given 10 seconds to tally the amount of ticks given to each individual that were beyond the prison wall to determine who will be their date. Candidates rated the opposite gender's responses with a tick to signify in agreement and an X to signify disagreement. Listen keenly, because this is where the excitements and the problems lies. For candidates with the same selection, they will move on to the sudden death round, where they will challenge each other to fairly determine who their date will be. The winner will select their date after coming from behind the prison wall, but the sudden death challenge will be selected by the Wheel of Catastrophe. So candidate number 1 over the female. Let me see your selection. Alright, so candidate 1 selected
Put your back up again.
candidate 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Will they battle for you?
Teeth.
Alright. Candidate number 1 and 2.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Can't
Candidate number 3. She selected number 3.
That's
Woo!
You get what you want, man. Very good.
Alright. Alright, let's look up at the male section. Candidate number 1, your selection. So
Teeth. Teeth.
candidate number 1. Selection 1 and 2. Candidate number 2. Candidate number 1. Alright. That's a solid one. Candidate number 2. 2 and 1. Alright. So 1 and 3. Candidate number 4 is not here. He had was to make a run. I do apologize for that. But the show must go on and we're getting straight into the challenges. Alright people, so at this point we had was to make some adjustments due to, you know, number 4 had to make an urgent run. But DJ Storm is here. We have to, you know, set up everything and make sure everything runs smooth. Same way, don't it? Like, you know, nice smoothie and wow. Okay, can let them have the meal in the meantime. What do you think about that? Yeah, and please tell her thank you because she is a proud sponsor. So I want you guys to tell her a proud thanks. We really do appreciate you, Miss Young. We really do appreciate you. Alright, so being that number 3, choose number 3. You'll be going on a date with candidate number 3. So, show them the prison wall, please. This is the prison wall, and that's why this is titled Behind the Prison Wall. Behind these prison walls. I can't sing it, so yeah. So just for a little, please.
Release now. We're released out of prison now.
Yeah, not released out of prison now.
So at the same time.
Yeah.
So like how the 2 are released out of prison.
So the guy come around, you know, meet other candidates, says, you know, shake hands with other candidates. So you're gonna meet other females after.
We're number 1, yes,
Number 1 is way over there. Number 1 is way over there. And number 1 is right here, going down 2, 3. Alright, so on 3 I want you guys to come from behind the prison wall. This is where you're gonna select your first date. And I believe beach is there, so once you select it, no problem. Right? And remember, you know, can be a nice person, maybe not your type yet, but a good friend, good companion, hi, bye, whatever, right? Then you can say, let us try the next candidate, and that's where I actually start the matchmaking. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, come from behind the prison wall. Nice to meet you, alright? You can also meet other candidates, getting both of their facial expressions. Alright? Alright, so as it relates to the day, it's something simple at first, right? So as we go up in stages, the day gets more, you know? Something simple at first. Yeah, that's, I don't know if you want to make the male select or the female or trying to put the hand in there together. I want to you guys putting the hand in there together. Yeah, and pick which one. Which one you want to put together? Let's pick one and that's where you're going.
You're the man.
You're the one? Alright.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Do the right thing.
This look like a devil now,
I want to sit down for that one.
And devil is actually in there, actually, so. So do by the one there?
Yeah, we feel it.
Do by the one there?
Should I take those and give me
Oh, what we got? Blank?
Blank.
So you know what that means?
Never find somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't
worry yourself. Alright. So you guys gonna decide where and please let me know, okay? Don't worry yourself, I'll find something nice for you. Alright. Instead of planet, you want planet.
Same other man.
Alright, so planet should like the beach, you know. So yeah, just let me know. I need to know 'cause I have to be there, you know. Yeah. You know, little clippings and thing, but yeah, I have to be there. Alright, sit down. I have to be there. Alright. Whoa. So sorry, they don't mean I get none. Oh God, look at this. Oh
my God.
Please
You
put on
shouldn't
mine.
have. You shouldn't
Please.
have. I don't even
And that's
know.
why you guys need to subscribe. And guys, if you want to be a part of the whole dating thing, please do send me an email. It will be in the description. DJ Storm 3 Entertainment. It will be in the description. And just text or send a message saying matchmaking. Alright? No problem. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Alright? Alright, so guys, we're going to get into the challenges to determine which one of these persons, both male, female, 1, 2, 1 and 2, gonna get to go on date with each other. So, alright guys, so my contestants change off. I don't know if they're gonna get to the obstacle court, as you can see, right? So if they go to the obstacle court, it's still in the making, right? So just let me know what you think about the obstacle court. I'm gonna explain full information, right? We also have the spin again, so if they spin it, land and spin again, they obviously gonna spin again. Basketball, shoot off, and some other stuff. So it's based on their, based on their selections, and they're changed off because they might have to go to the obstacle course, so they might have to get picked up on, you know, one was a summer, right? So you feel about that?
I feel excited.
What do you say?
Excited.
All right. So who won the spin?
All right.
What's the wine and dine spoon?
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
3.
Spin again.
Spin again. So do you want to spin again or you want to spin
Echo, you
again?
get one, make sure you get the other one.
Alright, let's see. Alright.
Okay.
Don't be a spin.
Man them, come on.
Alright, male, stop. Do not move.
Spin again.
Spin again?
Not your turn, not your turn.
Your turn again. Let's go. Spin again. Behind the prison wall.
Hold on.
Clone.
Clone. So, alright.
What's that?
You guys gonna do the clone. It's a part of the challenge. Alright, so this is what I want you to do. Go through the obstacle course.
Be loyal, you know. Look straight ahead. Be loyal.
Look, where you put your hand.
I'm watching, no cheating. So don't turn around, no turn around. You can hold position, not so, hold position. Yeah?
So guys, I'm here in LA. You see, there's a lot of spending going on. So if you do want to sponsor us, because we're working on a cash prize also, but if you do want to sponsor us, our account information will be pinned below. Ready? So what do you think? Do you think you're gonna win? Talk to me.
I don't know, honestly.
Oh, you can give them your name now if you wish to.
I'm Rochelle.
Okay.
I'm Deborah.
All right. And you're? Giovanni. So we have two Giovanni right here. All right. So welcome to the beach. And I want you guys basically catch 2 fish each, but you're not gonna just catch any fish. You're not gonna catch any dead fish. You need to catch something fresh, something you can bring home and cook. So basically, you're gonna catch 2 of the moving fishes. As you can see, the fishes are moving, right? Yes. If you catch an octopus, you have to go fling it down back in there and then start again and catch a fish.
Okay.
Right. So after you finish catch 2 of the fish, You grab up your ball and you're gonna head right to the clown. Head right to the clown, throw it through any. You cannot move on unless you throw it through one of the holes. So you throw it, you throw the ball. If you throw it over the wall, you have to go over the wall for it. Yeah, until you know, and then you're gonna get your surfing board and slide down the water slide. Alright, get it loud and clear?
Yeah.
Alright, you're at the what? Beach. You're at the what?
Beach.
Alright, so in 1, 2, 3 in the comment section, tell me who you're working with, people. Stand right up. Firm. Catch a fish. Yes, it is.
No.
You're not gonna know? Alright, then I have to go bend then. Bend and do it.
Would you do something like that?
Oh, tangle up. Oh, okay. Yes. Make them pull themselves, boy. Make them pull themselves. For them troubles and trials, this. Yes, go. Let's go, pull it. Alone, I forgot. Go. Okay, swimming fish.
I got my ear.
Yes, our telephone over there. Wow. Put on the table. On the table. Yes. Get in here. Get your first one yet? You forget on the table.
Jesus, them here now fish to the...
You cannot catch any dead fish. What? That, okay. That's one that doesn't have any magnet on it, but if you can't catch it, you catch it. The magnet is 4 of them have magnet on it. Oh, she's so bad, man. Oh, you're so bad, man. Let's go. Not again.
Yeah, I've met the ones with the magnet swim higher.
Come on, go. You have to look for the magnet once. No, teeth it.
No, but it's so far and it's not.
Okay,
make it sink by itself, because mine are sink.
Come on,
the water pressure.
So one fish up on top there.
Alright. You catch it? Yes? Catch it? Good.
Catch a one then no. No, she can roll out.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, and she can fire a ball. So can she shoot in time? Can she? Hey, right here. This is the line right here. Yes, shoot. No miss. Run for it. She's not catching it. Try. Hello, I'm not cheating. Try it, see. Get it. Get your ball. This is the line. The line.
No.
This is the line.
That is the line. God, please. Come on, come over here.
Oh. Mommy, which foot? Yeah, dip your foot in there. You can't slide. Dip your foot in there. Yeah, wash your foot. Go. Slide. How was it? Alright, so guess what now? I want you guys to run now and catch 2 dead fish and start over again. Go! Catch 2 dead fish now. Come on. Anything. Let's go.
Hold on.
How you catch dead fish?
My
Anyone.
girl. Sorry. Untangle that, please.
Alright. Okay, 1 dead fish. Got that one, yes. Shoot, where's the balls? The balls there? Yeah.
Deborah, you're not supposed to be using your hand.
Oh, did you drop? Your one drop if I catch it again. Oh, yours drop. Oh, you got you? Let's go. Hello, right here, line. You not waiting for her to shoot it.
clown needs to stretch out more. Okay. Okay.
Come a little closer now. One step closer. One step closer. One step closer, both of you. Go on. One step closer. Every time you miss, one step closer. Miss, one step closer. Oh! I get up again. Slide again. So, listen what's going on here. I want you guys to run from the gate. Come up, turn and slide. This will determine who is the winner. So run from the gate, come up, pick a part and turn and slide without anything, just natural slide. So if you slide and you stop, continue to slide again. Ready? On your mark. You have to go down on your mark and everything. You have to go down too. And down everything. On your mark. Get set. Go! Hey, come back again. On your mark. Go on your mark. Get set. Go! Hey, come on.
Before me. Never stop cheating. I'm not cheating.
On your mark. Get set. Go! Hey, hey, hey. Ready?
No, she started off before she said go.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
That is not sliding.
Alright, so I'm not gonna make the guys them compete today.
Okay.
So be honest, wait, because I was caught up in excitement. First who first get the first?
Me.
You, then you.
Then she, then me.
She, then you. So if I do one more slide off now for the
No,
turn.
me win 2 out of 3.
I'm actually at 2.
Claude, don't
Me. Alright, so you won. So I'm gonna ask the guys to come around and you pick the one you want to go on the first date with. Guys, not gonna, based on the time, you guys not gonna compete today, but you're gonna come around and the winner gonna pick which one of you they want to date, okay? Go on the first date with, and then you get the next person, and then based on the first date you will determine whether or not you want to continue with the person or you want to try next candidate, and that is where I would normally tap in and do my matching, okay? Alright, so come around this car. Come around. So females, back turn please, back turn. So you're gonna come and stand up behind one of the 2 females, and you're gonna turn around and the winner gonna pick. Alright, so the choice is hers. What's her name?
Rochelle.
Rochelle, and what's your name?
Deborah.
What's your name?
Giovanni.
And what's your name?
Ricardo.
Ricardo. Alright, so at this point, Rochelle gonna pick. But this is the thing now, this is the person you're gonna go on the first date with, right? After the first date, you will determine, both of you guys are gonna determine if you want to continue, go on a second date again, or you want to try next candidate, and that's where my matchmaking skills will begin. Alright, so what do you feel about though? Did you enjoy yourself? Be honest.
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yeah, it was so fun.
So will you come back next time?
Yeah, I would.
Alright. And guys, if you want to be a part of the whole show, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and do send me an email through DJ Storm, through Entertainment. The link, everything will be in the description. All of the information you see today will be in the description. Please, comment section. A lot of comments. Storm it up, storm it. Right? Tell a friend, because for part 2 for this, I'm waiting for you guys to bring me to, 1,000 subscribers, okay? This is a young channel, same way. 1,000 subscribers and we'll get into it, right? So every Monday, you can catch us. I'm not going to tell you a time as yet, but every Monday, we call for a video. But to confirm the video, I'm going to say, get me to 1,000 subscribers. Get me to 1,000 subscribers to confirm part 2 dropping Monday. Alright, guys? So, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Behind the prison walls.
Open your eyes.
Turn around. You
Ta-da.
see beauty?
Alright, so Rochelle, choose.
Oh, choose now?
Yeah, you're gonna choose.
Okay. I choose Giovanni. That's in it, right?
Alright. Alright, and Deborah, this is alright, so Giovanni and Rochelle will be going on the first date together, as I said. Let me know how it goes. I'm not gonna exchange your number as yet. I'll do all the exchanging when the time is right, alright? I'll keep you guys posted on all those stuff. And Rochelle, this is Ricardo. Deborah, this is Ricardo. So you guys gonna go on the first date together, get to know each other and all those stuff. Maybe you know the person can be a great friend, great companion, or maybe your true love. So how was your experience? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did. It was alright. I didn't find no fault.
Yeah, man, no fun, man. It was the first time, but that's them say first time for everything.
Yeah, man,
so
first
yeah.
trip.
Nice.
So far.
Alright, so the next time we'll see if the men will go through the obstacle course. And again, if you do want to, sponsor, you'll get the information. Alright, guys. So in the comment section, please tell me. No, you can't say me. You know, the most outstanding. Not because you know, love the song, but yeah, tell me which candidate is the most outstanding one. We have Claudette over here.
Big woman.
Claudette over here.
Yeah.
Rochelle over here.
Sponsor.
Deborah. We have Ricardo. Giovanni number 1.
Fake one that.
And so we have the fake Giovanni and we have the real Giovanni.
Right.
So tell me which one is the most outstanding one. Also we had Dean that had an emergency. Yeah. So let me know who you think is the most outstanding one for today. The most, just be themselves, bring the vibes, everything, one bag excitement. Because
I pose over here, so I thought the truth I was the most outstanding.
It's all about the crowd. It's all about the crowd. So let's see. Yeah. Alright, so this is basically a series. So this is episode 1. Look out for episode next week, Monday also. But you have to confirm the drop next week, Monday. If I don't get to 1,000 subscribers, there will be a delay. So just get some people subscribe. Start with a little party, a little, a little bee, a little fam, Tell them to subscribe, tell a friend, and make the thing nice and everything, don't it? So people right now at this point, Deborah and Rochelle want to pick with their dates where they want to basically, where the first date will be. So let's go. Alright.
So.
Wait, let's just say
This one we can't choose out, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna work together. Communicate, man.
Oh, sorry.
Communicate. See, understand the language already, good.
Understand the language, alright, Mo. Show the camera, what? Do you want you to turn it around? Oh, Emancipation Park will be the first date. What do you think about the first date? What do you think? Nice place? Can work? Alright, next date.
Alright, which one do you want to choose?
Alright. This one? No. Yeah, no.
Let's see.
So she's trusting her,
If it's blank, you have to,
Bowling.
Bowling. Oh, nice. Bowling. What do you think? You like bowling? Yeah. I'll give you all the information. No worries. All right.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Alright, so it's bowling and it's
Emancipation Park.
You have to make the people know. So they discuss where you want to put together right now. No man, you want me to know where next, where you think. Discuss.
North Carolina, where I go.
North Carolina? Oh. Alright, so they finally decided where they want to go. So where you guys heading?
It's tough, they're not champion.
Alright, we'll go
Nickname already?
Alright, we'll go by the North Side Plaza, Ligani. That's where we are at.
Oh my god!
Up to it, test?
Book feet, and I look feet.
You know where we are going.
Oh my god! Okay, people, alright. Right, so people, how was it in the comment section? Please let me know if you don't know what's going on, right? So again, I want to say thanks to our sponsors, and of course, don't forget to do a nice outro for this one. Don't remember to comment, share the video, get the friends them to subscribe, Let people know for the day. Hey, wait me up.